I haven't been feeling great,
What's been
so.
bothering you?
Been feeling, slightly nauseous all the time.
Okay.
At first I thought it started soon after I started taking that medicine for my toenail thing, you know,
Uh-huh.
that the
The
dermatologist
fungal
prescribed.
stuff, yeah.
So I thought it was that, so I just kind of blew it off. But I finished that and I've continued to feel
Crummy.
kind of blah.
Okay.
I don't let it stop me from eating. I keep looking for the right food to make me feel better.
Your weight looks good, yeah.
It's been the holidays, so.
Yeah.
My back's been hurting again,
And my head.
and my head has been hurting a lot.
Okay.
Up here, right above my eye,
You get an
and
MRI today?
back. Yeah, I did
Yes.
get it. I did get an MRI, and when they had me strapped down for that, it felt like they were pressing my head into rocks. It really did. It was painful. It feels like there's something there and up here.
Okay. I can look at the MRI. They have not issued a report for the MRI yet, but I can look at that.
I even have copies.
Yeah, we were hoping you could.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me look at that. I'm not a neuroradiologist. Those can be the harder things, especially
Yeah.
when you've had a
I know. Well, I
surgery.
do have an appointment with Coaching by video chat tomorrow morning.
Okay. And I can let you know too as soon as I get my hands on the report, you know.
Because I know he said that, there might be more tumors come back and that they can zap them. So that's, I'm just hoping that it feels like something has come back or else never quite went away. I don't know. It feels like it's come back actually, or else something new.
So I will tell you, I mean, I'm I'm an open book, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. You
I
see
see,
something.
well, I see some edema here. You see this white right here?
Yeah, it could well just be swelling.
That looks like
Something in my
swelling. You see
head.
this right here?
Yeah.
How you don't see it on the other side?
Yeah.
That was the one thing, like, as I kind of looked at. This looks a little atypical, but it's almost like it's just a gyrus that's not symmetrical. See, the problem is that these MRIs come with a billion different
Yeah, he's taking all
sequences and
kinds of
formats. I don't see on this, that's this right here. You see how it corresponds to this right here?
Mm-hmm.
But just looks less impressive there, but.
Some what?
What's that?
It looks like what?
Oh, I said it looked less impressive on that,
Oh,
on that
less
sequence, which is good. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
That's in the cerebrum too, not the cerebellum.
So could I just have some swelling from viruses? Because I did have COVID. I
yes.
got COVID right after I had my last appointment with you 3 weeks ago.
Okay,
I came down sick a few days later, and then I went to the urgent care because I was supposed to go to a Christmas party that night, and I didn't want to go to a Christmas party and give everybody COVID or flu.
I'm sure they appreciated that.
Yeah, so I went to urgent care, and they found out I did not have the flu, but I did have COVID, so I had to stay home for 5 days.
Okay,
I mean, I never had a fever. I just had cough and, sinus infection.
right.
How does the cerebellum look?
I don't,
That's where the large tumor.
I don't see anything glaring there. I mean, I
Okay.
don't.
I mean,
again,
why does it feel like a rock is back there? It feels like there's something back there, and it hurts to lie on it.
Oh, no, look, I'm not doubting that it's bothering you. I just can't tell, like, you can see the cavity, like where he worked on you before.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
Yeah,
And then my back
They
feels
use
like
like
there's
a-
swelling back in it again because it had stopped hurting, but now it's got the swelling
yeah,
again.
let me try to track down the radiology report. I just don't feel as comfortable with the, MRIs. They can be hard post-operatively to read. But look, I'll tell you, I'm a little bit nervous about the CT scans. So I see some lymph nodes kind of in the back of the belly that I think that's probably what's causing the back pain. Now it's interesting because I'll show you, so they read this, so I looked at the images. So you have this kind of pluriparenchymal scarring in the apices, which is, here. You had this tiny little lung nodule that was right here. You see this thing?
Mm-hmm.
That
Barely.
they said was new. Well, this could be related to your virus. I mean, 100% that could be
Yeah,
related to the
because I
virus.
just had COVID.
Yeah, I mean, you see nodule stuff
Not
like
that long ago.
that. See, there's a tiny little nodule right here. You see that tiny little round thing?
Mm-hmm.
but they noted those 2 nodules. But those, I mean, those are non-specific, those could easily go away on the next scan.
Oh,
But on this, you have this kind of larger, you see this big conglomerate right here?
Yeah.
Let me flip this to the this window is not the best window there. I was in the wrong window. But you see this right here?
Mhm.
So they called kind of a retrocaval lymph node, which this is the cava right here. And so I'm worried that that's causing your back pain. That's in the back of the belly. And you see your spine is right here, so it's kind of right up.
Right.
And then when you go down further, they noted this aortocaval lymph node that's kind of necrotic, like almost looking dead. You see right here? I know it's hard to see, but the aorta's here and the cava's here. And right in between it, they called it the aortocaval node. And they said that there looked like some necrotic lymph node tissue there.
What does that mean?
Well, necrotic means dead. I mean, that's what it means.
mm-hmm.
And like, this is where I hate that I wasn't able to get a PET scan up front to see, like, could there be any activity? Because the problem that I struggle with here is I've given you immunotherapy, which activates T cells. T cells live in the lymph nodes. So sometimes when you do these immunotherapy treatments, they actually make the lymph nodes swell, especially if there was any tumor in it, because you're sending more activity there. But, you know, there's the thing, I don't know if I talked to you about it, but there's something called pseudoprogression, which is where you send so much lymph activity, so much immune activity there, things swell before they get better.
Mm-hmm.
And,
And I have high levels in my blood, so it could take a bit to get that down.
well, the problem becomes is like, it's hard to know, is what we're seeing here related to the immunotherapy effects, or is this related to tumor? Because when you look at bladder cancer, you know, the lymph nodes it likes to go to are the retroperitoneal lymph nodes, which are where these are. So generally in a situation like this, I like to try to get a PET scan. Like, I bet you they won't deny it now. It's frustrating that they denied it before, but you know, seeing this, and I mean, I think if these lymph nodes have any significant activity, I would probably try to biopsy one. Because the truth is if you biopsy and it shows tumor, you know there's tumor there. If you biopsy and it shows just inflammation, it might just be the immunotherapy. You never want to cut the immunotherapy if it's actually doing good, but you don't want to just keep going and assume it's doing good either. So you want to try to get an answer as to yay or nay. Is this tumor related or is this treatment related? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think we should try to get a PET, and then from the PET, you know, make a decision from there, like which node to biopsy if they're high.
Well, I know on the immunotherapy, you said every 3 to 5 weeks. I've been getting it every 3 weeks, but could you think we could get a PET in that next 2 weeks so that I could still stay on schedule with Keytruda if, I don't know, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, I think I can get a PET real quickly, yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, looking at the stuff today, I mean, because you're due for treatment today.
Yeah.
I mean, the good news is that the immunotherapy doesn't like hurt you.
It doesn't
right?
hurt me. No.
So, I mean, I would just as soon give you the treatment today. That way,
I just didn't know if that was what was making me, I don't know what was making me nauseous. I really don't.
I doubt it. I think it's those nodes in the back of the belly.
Okay.
That's what I think it is.
Okay.
You know, it's just so rare that you develop, as you know, CNS lesions from this is pretty rare, period. Certainly rare in the absence of, you know, everybody I've ever seen with bladder cancer in the brain has had cancer everywhere, you know? So it's a little atypical, but you know, what I'm worried is this kind of doing the opposite, where you showed up with spots there, we dealt with that, but now, you know, we're finding stuff elsewhere. That's hopefully not the case, but that's why I think we need to do these additional tests to try to figure out where we stand. You know, I think the truth is it's frustrating that they didn't give us the PET the first go around, but you know, even if there was a little bit of disease, we probably would have done the immunotherapy anyway. So I don't think it doesn't change what we did to this point, but it could dramatically change what we do from now. So I think we do need to try to do that.
Okay.
But I just assume, honestly, I would treat you today just to keep that in your system.
Oh, okay.
You know, that way at least we feel like there's something going on while we're doing these other pieces. Because it's not like if I gave you chemo, then I wouldn't want to biopsy you in a week, because like that's when your counts go down. But with this, it's reasonable to do it.
Okay.
Is there something mild she could take to help with the nausea?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. What do you have at home?
I mean, I have some stuff at home and I don't even know what it is. It's whatever Dr. Dido had prescribed. I haven't taken it.
Do you have any Zofran?
Yeah, I think
Or
I do.
Danzatron?
I'm not sure. But I have the pills that you, it's in a box and it melts
They
in your
dissolve.
mouth.
That's Zofran. Have
I
you
have
tried
that.
that?
I did it way back when I first was having headaches and the nausea, and it didn't seem to do anything back then. But
But I
that was
think
when
that
that was
you're pressuring
before
your
having the surgery.
Yeah, I think you should try that. That's the most
Okay, because
reasonable
I have
start.
not since then. I didn't know what to do with being on the Keytruda too.
Oh, no, that won't hurt you. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I would take that for sure.
I've just taken Tylenol and before bed and to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Tylenol, it's the arthritis strength, so it's good stuff.
Yeah, I can send you some Phenergan too, if you want. Just so you have something. If the Zofran doesn't work, that would be the next,
Okay.
That helps you sleep.
Oh, that'll knock you out.
Yep,
Oh,
it
okay.
did me.
I
The
did
better-
have
it's the
trouble
better
sleeping
nighttime
on
sleep.
vacation.
The breast cancer
Vacation was
treatment.
wonderful over the holidays, except that everywhere we stayed, we were in a double bed, one of those little full-size beds, and we're used to a king size. So I had him in my ear snoring. It was awful.
My wife refuses to get a hotel room with anything less than a queen bed,
Yeah, it was awful being in a double bed, just,
It's small.
too close.
It's small, I know. But no, so I would say let's treat you. I'll try to track down the MRI and call you this afternoon. Because I don't want to leave you in suspense. I can read the CTs like it's,
Right.
easy for me. It's just the MRI when they've operated and radiated, it
It's
becomes
really
kind of a
hard.
mess for me to
Yeah,
feel.
and everybody's wanting to know, but I am having more and more headaches right here, in addition to that back part hurting.
Okay.
And what did you see
That
on
looked
the,
more left frontal, looking at that spot. It looked more like here.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt.
The edema you're referring to?
Mhm.
So it's in the other.
Wait, let me.
It's not where the
sphere
smaller
aside
tumor
from where
was?
the small tumor
No, I
was?
thought, I don't know. Is it backwards though on the x-rays? I don't
Let me
know.
relook it, because I looked at so many sequences. Hold on.
Yeah,
I'll
I
go
don't
back
know
to it.
either.
I'll tell
I
you.
thought it was on that
It
side.
is, it's
Yeah.
the right side.
It's at times like this where I'm really glad I went to law school.
But it's on the
instead of
same
med school.
side as where the surgery was. So wherever the surgery was, it's all this whole right side of my head. The left side's fine.
The coronals will be.
In fact, I do better lying on my left side. I wish when they did my MRIs, they could bolt me down where I'm on my side instead of flat on my back on top of that rock that's in my head.
And the big advantage if you're lying on your left side is you can hear me all the better.
Oh, in bed, yeah. That's why I'm always pushing you to roll over.
So no, it's right-sided, looking at it.
Okay, so
It is where the smaller tumor was.
And that might actually just be post-treatment effect from that tumor.
Oh, okay, well, that'd be fine. That's all that
Let me
is.
pull, I can help.
Heal over time.
I can look at your old MRI. And see if it's the exact same area, cause it's almost easy, yeah, that's where the small tumor was, look. You see this round area right here?
Mm-hmm.
That's so that looks almost more like, I said edema, it looks like, that to me looks like post-treatment effect. So this is the old tumor, right frontal, right here.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the MR from today, hold on, bear with me here.
And look in that same spot.
Yeah, right here,
Mhm.
see it? So I think that's post-treatment effect. I think that's actually what you wanna see.
Fine, yeah, okay, good.
Um,
And it's not awful, it's just it feels like a little sinus headache.
See, but I don't know that this is anything, but as I scroll, you see these kind of little punctate little things. You kind of see that, this little thing right here.
mhm.
I don't know that that's definitively anything.
Yeah,
That's
because the
hard
left
thing.
side doesn't feel anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it has anything wrong.
But that's why I tell you, if when the radiologists kind of describe it or map out where stuff is, it's easy for me to kind of point it out to you, but
Mm-hmm.
the MRIs are just way more complex sequences. But I don't see a big, I don't see a big new round.
And can you tell just by examining my neck? I mean, it feels like it goes down into my neck even. I don't know. And I haven't been doing weights or anything that would, but
Yeah, I mean, you may
it just-
honestly have a pressure headache from like tension on your neck too, especially if you're moving your head with respect to,
I don't know, it's there all the
Are
time.
do the lymph nodes in there feel okay?
nothing hurts here.
Mm-mm. Just the back.
Yeah, I don't feel any nodes.
Okay.
Okay.
When she
Yeah, I
tells
don't
me
feel
about
it.
all that hurting.
I'm always trying to
worry
feel on
about
it, but
that.
all I feel is my cranium,
Yeah.
the bone, but it's up under the bone where it hurts.
I'll see if I can't get you a report and let you know as soon as I see it.
Okay.
And that's where I will always shoot you straight in terms of, that's just, I don't feel comfortable definitively reading an MRI. It's just outside of my scope. But the CTs I could point out without their
Yeah.
report,
And the CT's got something weird.
But let's get the PET scan, and let's treat you today. Let's get the PET scan, and then we'll make a decision straight from there.
Okay.
Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah, get the PET scan as soon as possible.
Yeah, no, we'll set it up. And I sent in some Phenergan. You may not even pick it up. You may just try the Zofran first, because the Phenergan does make you sleepy.
You're not
Okay.
So, if the
Good
Zofran
sleep.
works, I would use that. Now, if you want it to help sleep at night,
Yeah.
fine by me.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying rush to go
Yeah,
pick
but
it
for
up.
nausea, it's really more of a day when I'm up.
Daytime thing, yeah. But if you want to pick it up, it should be cheap. It's old, probably $3 or $4 for that. So let me listen to you. Is it still cold out there? You got your scarf on?
Yeah. It's
Cold to
Still pretty
me.
chilly, yeah.
In the sun, it feels pretty good.
Yeah. Deep breath.
cold for us South Louisianians.
Okay, well, let's get up there. Let's get this. Let's schedule the PET. Send you up, and then we'll go from there. Okay.
Okay,
And we'll regroup after the PET.
so just go on up right now. For the,
Let's
for
schedule the PET and then go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Schedule
All right.
it.
Hang in there. We'll keep working.
Okay.
All right. Appreciate it. All right.
Thanks so
Good
much.
to see you. I'm glad you had a good holiday.
Hope you have a good holiday, good New Year.